Okay, so I don't even really know where to begin with this video. I know 2 videos ago I just talked about Street Fighter 6 and I uploaded that video on the day it came out, but this is going to be more of my put together thoughts. I still don't have anything written down because that's not who I am. I'm very authentic. I ramble. That's just the nature of my videos. The reviews are not going to be any different. I just want to preface the video by saying that this is full of my opinion, and if you disagree with my opinion, that's fine. Just let me know in the comment section so we can actually talk about it. I'm interested to see what veteran Street Fighter players think about the game, because man, I loved this game. I said this in my first Street Fighter video, but I was never a fighting games person. I've played the Injustice games solely because I'm a very big DC fan, and I played the the most recent Mortal Kombat games, starting from X, because I really like the story of those games, but I never really played the online mode of either. So I thought going into Street Fighter 6 that it would be the same thing, that I would just play the world tour, and I might do some of the arcades for some of my favorite characters like Ken or Luke or Ryu, but wow, I was so wrong. I actually have touched World Tour the least amount. I have spent most of my time losing matches online and having a blast. Second day of having the game, me and my fellow YouTuber, Podcast Now, got into a lobby and we played for an hour and a half, or about maybe an hour and a half, maybe 30 minutes, I don't know. We were just playing one-on-ones, and it was actually some of the most fun I've had playing a video game in a good amount of time. Like, we weren't even in voice chat. We weren't even talking to each other, and it was just so much fun. The way the game looks is just impressive. I don't know how else to describe it other than just really impressive. It's vibrant. It flows really, really well. It doesn't get choppy, if that makes sense. Like, the art style carries throughout each and every aspect of the game, and it just makes the game feel super complete, which I really appreciate. All the grapples, all the counters, all the different systems in play during a fight make so much sense and just flow so well. I genuinely think that this game has ruined fighting games for me, because now I'm going to be invested in other fighters. Except for Tekken. I'm never gonna touch Tekken. But now I'm really intrigued to see what this next Mortal Kombat game is going to give in terms of gameplay, because I don't think it can live up to Street Fighter 6, and that's someone who has been a longer Mortal Kombat fan. The 3 different control options for Street Fighter 6 are really smart. I played every second of the game, and I'm going to continue to play every second of the game on modern controls, because I'm still a loser, and I'm going to still probably never win a match, except against Alex. Alex is actually a lot better than he gives himself credit for, so shout out to you, Alex, if you're watching the video. But I'm really impressed with how much this game was able to grip me. That was my biggest worry going into the game, was if I was actually going to feel like I want to play the game. Like, if I was going to want to finish my 9-to-5 job and come home, shower, relax, and be like, you know what, I want to play some Street Fighter. That's what I was afraid of not happening, and I'm so happy that I was wrong. I think the roster is insane. I genuinely love each and every character on the roster, and hate each specific character with a large passion. But for the ones I hate, it makes me like the game more, because it's making me feel like I should dislike this character because the gameplay designed around said character is so well done. It's like I said in my other Street Fighter video, I was sticking to Ken, Luke, and Ryu, and then eventually just Ken and Luke. And I feel like I actually know what I'm doing most of the time. Again, I'm a complete noob at fighters. I have no skill. I've barely ever touched fighters. This is the first Street Fighter game I've ever purchased, and I felt like I wanted to play this game more than Diablo, and that's, like, for me, that's huge. Going into this game, I was afraid that Diablo would take up more of my time than Street Fighter, but I found that it was the other way around. Street Fighter 6 was pulling me away from Diablo and making me turn on my PS5 to play the game. I know I already harped on the controls, but Each button input just feels incredible. It feels smooth, it's responsive, there's barely any server lag. And me and Alex, when we were playing the game, we're on almost different sides of the country. It feels good. I was matching up with people in different countries, and I only really noticed stutter or lag on the first day, and after that it's just not been there. The lobby for when you're looking for an online match is also amazing. I love that. I love being able to roam around in my customized character and just seeing abominations around me. I think the arcade system is a great way to learn your character. Like for me, I played it a couple different times with Ken, so I can really master his moves and be able to use different attacks at the right time, and it really helped. And I felt my improvement. I know I gushed in the first video about how it was going to break my ego, and it definitely did, but it did so in a way that I loved. So if you haven't given Street Fighter 6 a chance, do me a favor and try it out. Even if you're not a huge fighting fan, if you take a look at the game and you say that looks like it interests you even 5%, it's worth buying. I genuinely think this game has ruined fighters for me forever, and honestly, I'm okay with that. Just the tools alone that the game has for people like me, for beginners, to learn the game and learn the characters and learn what each thing does, because there's so much going on, is just incredible. It's broken down so easily, so maintainable, and even when you don't play the game for like a day or two, you don't really feel like you've lost all that skill that you had. I don't give numbers to games. I don't like giving numbers to games. So I'm just gonna say this is a hard recommend. This is one of my favorite games of the year. It is a completely different game than every other game I was interested in this year, and it has literally surpassed games that I thought were going to be my game of the year. Wish I could have kept my ego, but I'm okay with losing it for this game.